Hello and welcome to Team 99. Playing some Stanley. I know people have played this already, but you know what? I want to have my own unique experience, so let's do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
What?
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A
right
measly
price.
5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Look at this. A lot.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50
Okay.
clicks will do it. Yes, almost
let's go.
certainly 50 clicks.
Click the door.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be
Well,
a
this
true
has to mean
reward for
something.
valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Hustle.
I want to see commitment,
Commitment.
a willingness to go
Willingness.
all the way, no matter
All the
what
way.
the cost.
No matter
Why
what.
don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Oh man. Man, where is that? Where is that? Oh man. Man, I want to click that door.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
37. Oh man. So intense. Where's 437? 437. 43.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
541. Where? I'm bad with numbers. Bad. Okay, found it.
Now, back to door number 437.
Oh man. So intense. Can't talk, guys. Too intense. 4, 3, 4, 2.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Click the machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think
man,
we're getting
you're feeling
somewhere.
it. I'm feeling it too. Feeling it in my butt. Feeling the beat in my butt.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. That's this way. That's this way. Grab. 419.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
no,
open doors,
no,
he entered
no.
the door on his
All for
left.
nothing. All for nothing. Okay. What do we do now, Mr. Narrator, man?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's a box with a lamp. It's not cost efficient. Targets. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Where's the broom closet? Using slides to assure that employees everything is okay. Slide is a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on that all text. Everyone ignite most of all. Well, thank you. Hey, look at this important documents. I want to stare them down. I mean, what if the boss quizzes me when I get there? He's gonna quiz me on what was in the meeting, and I wasn't. Monetize free to play. How could he? How could that?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. Closet. Broom. Take the broom. Take the broom.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work
why is it
hours,
here?
he might
There's
be
no way to
fired
drive in
for
here.
that.
How
And
do
in
they
such a
car in there?
competitive economy,
this.
why had he taken that
Okay.
risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I'm crazy?
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Why am I running in
Why did
circles?
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh, man.
And for that matter, these
scared.
rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
What's the conclusion?
I'm dreaming! He yelled.
dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh,
Is it
what
a dream?
relief Stanley felt to have finally
man.
found an answer,
Dreaming?
an explanation.
It's a
His
shitty dream.
co-workers weren't actually gone.
Walking in circles?
He wasn't
What
going
the
to lose
frick
his
is
job.
this?
He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life
I
job
like this.
pushing
I like
buttons.
this.
I may as well
Doors are
enjoy
different.
this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Dude.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered
Strangest question?
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing
man.
and thinking?
That's normal.
Now the voice was
Everyone has
describing
that.
itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Oh, God.
And while he thought it all very
thoughts
odd
can't-
and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have
man.
to take responsibility for
Foxes.
himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that
Certain.
this was in fact a
Beyond a
dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I'm
I'm
scared.
through with this dream.
What's gonna
I
happen?
wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the
no.
buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the
Yeah.
way it's always
My
been.
life is cool. I like
My
it.
life is normal.
I'm
I
normal.
am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Am I okay?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. Mariella.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got
Okay.
dressed, gathered her belongings, and
Yes.
walked to her place of work. But on this
Yes.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy
Yeah,
people
crazy.
look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this,
Wow.
and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Wow.
But then
He's a
she
horrible
remembered the
person.
meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Yeah. She's
And then
heartless.
she turned and ran.
Wow. She's a bitch.